Joining us now is Dr. Peggy Hamburg. She served as the FDA commissioner under President Obama. Dr. Hamburg, it's good to see you. I would like to first ask about this variation, what you know about it, and whether it's reasonable to assume that if it's that prevalent in the UK, given that there are still 6 flights a day between the UK and the US, is it already here?
Well, we're still learning about this new strain, and it's important to recognize that viruses do mutate. It's to be expected, and this virus has been mutating. It doesn't mutate as fast as certain viruses like the flu, but it mutates faster than other viruses like measles. So we need to watch it. It's of concern that this appears to perhaps transmit more easily. It doesn't seem to be more lethal, though, cause more serious disease and more death. But we still don't know. It may be more prevalent in the UK simply because of human behaviors and how it's had an opportunity to spread. But it does seem that we're hearing reports that this same strain is found in other parts of the world. It's likely here as well. It's a powerful reminder to us that this is a formidable foe, this virus. We need to keep monitoring it and tracking it, and we need to be prepared for these kinds of new findings. But it's encouraging. It certainly does seem as though the vaccines that have just been authorized for use will remain highly protective against this viral strain. And we need to just keep studying it and watching it and recognizing that this is a dynamic process.
This is the first mass vaccination effort in this country in at least a century. So, of course, there are going to be hiccups. But I want to ask you specifically about the ramp up of the vaccine, which we are hoping, of course, as we just read in that statement, will address the core COVID virus as well as any sort of mutation. The general who is in charge of the distribution part of Operation Warp Speed acknowledged that there was some problems in estimation and also some problems in the approval process that would actually put some of these vials on the trucks. But I'm wondering how quickly, in your view, the administration can rectify some of those issues to actually ramp up to what they had previously expected to distribute this month.
This is an absolutely critical time in the course of this COVID pandemic. We now have 2 authorized vaccines that are available for use, first with the highest priority groups and then more broadly for the U.S. population and in other countries. They're also approving these vaccines. But we have to make sure that they get to people as swiftly as possible. And at the same time, the good news that we have these new vaccines is heartening, but we're also seeing some of the worst numbers in terms of new cases, hospitalizations, and deaths. So we need to get that vaccine out there. There are going to be initial issues as the distribution begins, but we can't allow vaccine to sit in boxes in warehouses that could be out there getting to people. So I'm glad that the Operation Warp Speed team, the logistical effort is really taking a close look at how things are unfolding, recognizing where there have been problems and addressing them. And I hope there will also be a very smooth pass-off as the transition to a new administration happens so that we do not lose vital time.
In the meantime, Dr. Hamburg, we're waiting for the J&J late-stage trial results, hopefully sometime in the new year. We know they fully enrolled that, more than 40,000 people. Ultimately, if people get to a point, and hopefully we can get to a point where we have a choice here, early next spring, potentially into next summer, do you feel more comfortable? Would you feel more comfortable taking a vaccine or getting a vaccine from a J&J or a Merck, which are using more tested platforms and technology versus the mRNA vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna, where we don't know the long-term side effects, if there are any?
You know, I have great confidence in the process that has been underway to develop these vaccines and review them in terms of the available data for safety and efficacy. And we want to have a portfolio of different types of vaccines produced by different manufacturers. It may turn out that certain of these vaccines work better in certain subpopulations, that they're more effective in the elderly who don't tend to mount as robust an immune response, or are safer in pregnant women and women of childbearing age, or in children. So we want to see this set of vaccines being developed and moving forward.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.